Jordanian helicopters are flying aid into Gaza for the first time since the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas started more than a week ago. The aircraft are carrying urgently needed medical supplies to about 1.9 million displaced Palestinians. Aid efforts are critical in Gaza as tens of thousands of Palestinians make their way back to northern Gaza. Let's now speak to our correspondent Nick Beake, who is in Jerusalem for us. Nick, the very fact that so many Palestinians are on the move within Gaza makes this humanitarian exercise even more complicated, doesn't it?
It does, Tanya, and the latest we're hearing is that now more than 370,000 Palestinians have made this journey from the south of the Gaza Strip across the checkpoint to the north. People returning to what remains of their homes, and at the same time aid agencies are saying that they're seeing for themselves the devastation there. They're talking about a real lack of water and electricity. It's worth pointing out that the same aid agencies are saying that in the past 10 days or so they've really boosted the amount of aid getting into Gaza, coming in on trucks as part of this ceasefire deal. The figure is 600 trucks must be entering the territory every day. We know blankets are coming in, medicine, but still there is a real lack of what is really needed. And at the same time, as you were saying, there's uncertainty about what happens beyond tomorrow. And that's because this ban that the Israeli parliament passed last year on UNRWA, the UN agency looking after Palestinian refugees, it basically won't be able to operate in Israel itself. And the focus tomorrow will be in occupied East Jerusalem, where offices have to close and schools and other sort of medical facilities also, they're supposed to cease with their operations.
Right, and the underlying fragility in the ceasefire and the process itself, how is that being felt at the moment? Is there increased confidence or does it feel very shaky still?
I think, yes, it's one step at a time. We're in the middle of this first 6-week phase during which 33 hostages to be released. We've heard from the Israeli government the day before yesterday saying that of the 26 hostages, of those 33 still to be released in this first initial stage, 18 are alive and 8 are dead. That's what the Israelis are saying after being given information from Hamas. And in terms of what happens next, tomorrow is the next round of an exchange. We're due to see 3 hostages released from Gaza at the same time that dozens of Palestinian prisoners are released from Israeli jail. And again, another exchange on Saturday. So all that seems to be progressing, but this is worth stressing just the first part of this deal, and there are much bigger things ahead, including talks for what happens to Gaza after the eventual withdrawal of IDF forces, which is supposed to take place as part of this ceasefire arrangement.
Well, indeed, and no doubt the magnitude of the task there will dwarf the logistics that are going on at the moment.
Yes, absolutely. And I think what we'll see in the coming weeks and months are varying ideas about what happens. We saw President Trump at the weekend. He caused a lot of alarm among Palestinians and also other Arab countries talking when they were listening to what he was saying about his estimation that it's over in Gaza, as he put it, that the place should be cleaned out. And he was suggesting that Egypt and Jordan should be taking in Palestinians so that Palestinians could live in peace, as Mr. Trump put it. That led to accusations that he was talking about ethnic cleansing for all intents and purposes. And so varying visions of what happens next will be put forward. But certainly the Jordanians, for one, were saying that absolutely Palestinians have to be involved in the rebuilding of Gaza. But what's absolutely clear, Tanya, is it's a monumental task. And what we've seen over the past 48 hours, the images of destruction and the accounts that Gazans are giving as they go back to their homes really paints an extremely bleak picture of what the reality is for families there.